All right, hi everybody. Okay, as you can see, I have two helpers, but then they refuse to show their face. All right, but you know lah who are they. All right, okay. Uh, okay, have to mute the thing. It's mute already. Okay, all right. So today we're going to review because teacher have checked your Google form. Okay, out of how many out of 13 of you now? Okay lah, got 8 actually submitted your work. 13, 8. So got 5 lah. 5 still have not submitted. Oh, Simi also joined. Okay, welcome. But all is in black. Refuse to show the face. Okay, so teacher going to straight away show you. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have been discussing this. I haven't shared slide. Sorry. I share first. Share my screen. Can hear teacher, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We have been discussing this. Speaking unit 2A, ready for. But in the textbook, it is not this professions. So teacher just want to give you another one. When you come back to school in March, hopefully, the teacher will use the one in the textbook. So based on what teacher have discussed with you, hopefully you can use your textbook and really do the live speaking, okay, when you come back to school, okay. All right, so teacher want to show you the, I go to the slideshow first. Okay, these are the few professions that, this is only a few professions, they can ask you other professions as well. Okay, just to let you know. Okay, so teacher review to you again. Our focus today, okay, most of you are already in this one. This is the B2 level, but in B2 level, if it is in B1 level, this one is already grade 5. That if this is B1 level. If this is a B1 level, if this is a B1 level, this is already a grade 5. And this is a grade 2. I get grade 3. Okay, this is already grade 3. But because it's the B2 level, it's one grade. They shifted one grade ahead. Okay, so the requirement here, if you look at it, teacher want to share with you again what you need to concentrate now. Okay, because I believe your group, you can do it if you practice. Okay, the thing is, you look at B2, the 5. What is the 5? Show a good degree of control of a range of simple and complex grammatical form. You see here, there's no longer concerning compound. Compound is like using and the fan voice for and FOR, fan, FAN, nor, boys, but, then O, or, and so. Okay, fan boys. So this one, they are concentrate on complex grammatical form, and they need the word some, not one, some. Okay, please take note. And then of course, teacher is right now, if you see most of my, I keep on giving you all vocabulary, the correct vocabulary, the accurate vocabulary, because you need vocabulary to speak and to convey your message. Okay, and then of course this wide range, slowly, by the time now you're from 4, by the time you're from 5, you should have the wide range. Like just now I tell you profession, I gave you 4 types of professions, so you cannot just know about the 4 types, you have to know more than that. Like now, if you, let's say if they give you firefighter, they give you nurse, or they give you a lawyer, so you know, okay, because all this you're supposed to know this type of profession. Most of you, maybe some of you already have this desire, I want to be accountant one day, or maybe I want to be what, quantity surveyor, depending, okay, on what ambitions you want to be. Okay, so these are called familiar topic. Okay, now look at the number 3 one. You see, for the band 3 one, band 3 is show a good degree of control, the same, right, as the above, of simple grammatical form, still same, but the word here is attempt. That means you try but wrong, okay? Or you try but it's not accurate. Maybe 70% correct, 30% there's some mistake. Okay, but you try, so you still be in band 3. Okay, this is the attempt. Some, again, there's the word here, some. It's not one. Some complex grammatical form. Okay, all right. So this one, the rest are still use appropriate vocabulary, exchange or view of a range of familiar topic. So the 3 and 5 is actually the different is the complex grammatical form. So this is what teacher want to reveal to you today for you to take note now. Okay, because afterwards you will see why I show this to you. Okay, from the text, from the script teacher got from students. Okay, right? So for you to access, but if we go back to school later, I can have the partner to access. But right now cannot, so you have to do self-assessment. You have to, after you give teacher you type the answer for teacher, then you have to make your self-assessment ready. It's like, did I use simple grammar? Okay, did I try some difficult grammar? Conditional, conditional is if, perfect tenses, have, has, had, modal verb, can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might. I think this one I repeated it since form 1. Okay, then has your partner, okay, this is partner. So that means you yourself have to see the synonym. Okay, if you want to say something, did you try to say with another word? Like now we are a lot, right? Especially like cohesion and the cohesive marker, all this sequence connector, all this. So it's the same. Instead of saying but, so what is it? You can say conversely, other word to change it. Okay, like you want to say besides, you can say in additional, in addition, correct. Okay, beside, be apart from that. So you can use another. Okay, has your partner used enough vocabulary? Okay, so you have to judge yourself. Is my vocabulary enough, or I'm still using the normal vocabulary? Okay, I'm not trying to ask you to use very bombastic words, but the thing is like at your level of 5, there's certain vocabulary we expect you to know. It's not that like that day we do cordless phone, so you need to know it's called a cordless phone. A phone without wire. So if you say a phone without wire, obviously because you do not know the term cordless or wireless. Okay, the kind of thing. Alright. Okay, so the one this discourse marker, I've told you that this discourse marker will be the one that the linkers. However, then after that, what? Moreover, other than that, apart from that, those are called discourse marker. That will make your speaking flow properly because it's like a link to the next idea or the link to your example. Okay, when you want to do your elaboration. So this is the main one that the examiner is going to listen. Okay, so this one again you can say short phrases. This one is focusing on whether do you pause or not, how fluent is your speaking. Okay, did you do the task actually describing the photo if they ask you to describe? Okay, then after that, did you keep on repeating the same idea? You don't have idea, you keep on repeating the same idea. Okay, and then this is the sequence connector, but this one is for B1. B1 is for your form 1, 2, 3. Okay, now this one I don't want to tell you, I already told you already. Okay, you skip all this. Okay. Okay, I must do all this also. Okay, now this is the one, the text answer. Okay, this is a very simple one that teacher quoted. Okay, can I have I to read? Oh, I. Okay, I.
Can you hear me?
Can. Yeah. Can you seriously read to become a teacher?
To become a teacher, you need to be passionate with teaching. I suppose you need to be patient, especially if there are students who are mischievous or maybe slow learners. I believe you enjoy teaching and master the subject you are teaching.
All right. Okay, thank you, Ain, for reading. Okay, you see here, I think the vocabulary is acceptable. You have the word passionate. Then you use the word mischievous instead of naughty. Okay, most students would just say, oh, naughty boys, something like that. But mischievous. Okay. All right. Then so that you have the word slow learners. So the term is accurate. But if you say that not so clever student, okay, don't use stupid, okay, that's very negative. Okay, make sure the way you speak, it doesn't show negative. Okay, so this one is acceptable. The vocabulary is acceptable, but if you look at it, do you see any sequence connector? Do you see any cohesive device? Don't have, isn't it? Okay. Can you see teacher over D? If yes, please write at the chat box. Yes. Okay. Thank God I have helper that alert teacher, or else teacher will be talking happily. Okay, so Ain, can you hear teacher? Can you hear teacher or not?
Yes, can.
Yeah, so teacher continue. All right. Okay, teacher continue with my sharing. I do not know where you all stopped just now. Where was the last one that you all hear from me? I'm still talking about teacher, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Then I will just see. I will just repeat. Okay, I share my screen first. Right, sharing. Okay, alright. So I repeat again. Okay, because I have finished reading just now, so teacher want to highlight that this one. Okay, you have used the word if. Okay, so and who, which is a complex sentence. So throughout the speaking, there's only one sentence constructed using complex sentences. So you cannot say that this is still attempt yet because there's no some. You need to attempt some complex grammar. So if it's one, cannot consider. So maybe in the next few pictures, if there is also complex sentences, then is considered as some. Okay, here teacher also highlighted that the vocabulary used is acceptable because they use passionate, then mischievous instead of naughty. Then you have slow learners instead of say students which are not that clever. So they are slow learners. Okay, all right. So for this one, it's a very short, and most of all give this range of answer to teacher. Okay, so right now either it's this one or you give me a very long one. Okay, let me show you another one which I get from my Form 5 students. Okay, so this one definitely is either a 3 or a 2 depending on the how many complex grammar complex sentence is being used. Okay, now this one I got it from my Form 5 students, yeah. Okay, so before teacher presents, your teacher already corrected some grammar. Can I have that? Can you read for teacher?
Yes. Um, this profession seems to be very popular among people. Teachers provide education for pupils and students. Besides, teach students to acquire knowledge. In addition, they're always inspiring and motivating their students. The teaching profession is exciting and challenging. That's why I really admire teachers, especially for being patient and always have positive vibes. Most importantly, they really have good communication skills.
Okay, all right. This one is a minor one when they add teachers, so the provides have to have notice. Okay, because I see that this student Akmal, she consistently uses the word teachers. But this one, the teacher provides. Suddenly, who is this the? It's like the normally is very is a definite article. You have to maybe you say teacher Heidi. Then after that only the teacher something like that. You have to be very so that we know that you are referring to that particular teachers because it's a definite okay definite uh definite article lah. Okay, all right. So all right. So teacher have highlighted yellow is the cohesive device. So devices so far so good. The users besides and in addition. And the purple one will be the vocabulary that I liked. Okay, it's like teacher helps students to acquire knowledge. If BM menimba ilmu bukan mendapat ilmu loh. If you say mendapat or you say get knowledge, it's not that accurate. But you say acquire knowledge, yes. Okay, that's the correct term. Then of course you have the word inspiring and motivating. Correct. Okay. I think inspiration is very important. Okay, you want to do something, you need that kind of motivation. Let's say like right now most of you are in your science class. I think you need the kind of inspiration and the motivate. You need to motivate you to learn your science subjects. Correct. Someone have to motivate you about physics, biochemistry. That is a wonderful subject, so that you will be interested to continue. Okay. So if the teacher keep on demotivate you, telling you it's a very tough, very tough, then you most probably you won't want to continue on. You're inspired at all. All right, correct or not? So make sure you speak to the right people. You don't speak to those who are not science teacher. Okay. From the master study in the science class. Okay, so keep on being in the science class. All right, it's great. Okay, all right. So the next one, the teaching profession is exciting, challenging, indeed. Yeah, it's really I always say it's exciting. All right, right now, teacher is zooming into new things that I have not ventured before. I don't teach like that. I don't look at the laptop and teach students. But right now, teacher have to learn how to do that. So it's challenging indeed. Okay. So that's why I really admire teachers, especially for being patient and always being have positive vibes. I think now you all like to use this word. Negative one. Okay, we like the positive. So teachers are and said we teachers can read any teaching is complex. Yes, cannot just unmute and tell teacher, yes, teacher, this sentence, or no, I cannot find any. Good or not? A complex sentence here or not? Yes, am I lost? Am I still in the radar? Huh? Stop already. Babies, can you hear teacher or not? Am I in the radar or I'm out of
Yeah.
the radar?
Your
I'm still
voice.
there. Okay, okay, just lagging. Okay, okay. I thought I'm lost. Okay. So, got any complex sentence you see? Got or not? Okay, let's go. The first sentence. The first sentence seems to be very popular. Is it a complex? Hmm? Do you have N here? Is it complex? Hmm. Okay, then this one also using N. It's a compound sentence. Okay, this one also using N. Still a compound sentence. Okay, that's why I really admire teachers, especially for being patient and always have a positive vibes. Okay, this one can a little bit consider attempt to. Okay, it's not that direct as the compound, right? But it's not really that complex as well. Okay, so it's attempt. I think they really have good. So you see, most of the students talk like that, when they speak to teachers. No complex sentences. Okay, so for this one, if this is like that and everything is said, pronounced, everything is correct, most probably can get band 3. All right, but don't think so can go to band 4 because it's only a 10. Okay, all right. So we look at the next one. Okay, you look at the next one, huh? All right, let's have Simi. Can you read for teacher?
The PowerPoint haven't changed yet.
Okay, never mind. It's lagging, I think. The line is very slow because it rained just now. It drizzle actually, not really drizzle. Still have not shown.
Yes.
Anyone, your handphone already got it, or your screen already shown? Ain, Ken, got, babies, also have
What?
the. Can you see the screen
It's
already?
lagging,
Because
madam.
The all
already
one.
because Simi can see already. If cannot, then I'll ask babies to read. Yes,
Still cannot.
cannot have.
Your
Then
slide
I
is
ask.
to the
Can you not?
already
Babies?
can.
Oh, okay, okay.
Already can. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Then you please read. I think the line here very low.
The professions as a teacher is very big and even challenge one's mind and ability, but the service will be remembered forever. It is because teachers have told and are willing to share knowledge in various ways of delivery so that students are easy to understand. In addition, teachers are also role models to students. Therefore, students are the generation that will develop their own country. Every movement and teaching of the teacher is followed by the students.
Okay. This I haven't finished yet. There's a second slide because you haven't seen the name of the student. Okay, this one the professions as a teacher. The profession. I think maybe only lah. The profession as a teacher is very big. See, they use the word big. Actually, we try not to use big, small. I think this one show that you are like of vocabulary. Okay, I mean you use this type of word, big, small, happy, sad. Okay, that one is kindergarten. For one, I mean it's primary school students also will be using. So try not to use this word. Okay. So even changes one's mind and ability, but their services will be remembered forever. So teacher highlight lah. This one be remembered forever. Okay. Then this is because. So the linking cohesive devices we use is this is because. In addition, therefore. Okay. So acceptable. This is from 5 level. Yes. The teacher have poured and are willing to share knowledge. I would say this one is not so accurate lah. See, we pour knowledge. Do you pour knowledge? Okay, share knowledge maybe yes, but do you say pour knowledge? I think it's not that accurate lah. In very, she's trying to tell us that we actually teach the students a lot of knowledge, but how do you put that? Okay, uh, okay, to convey that message in various ways of deliveries, because this one is always go together various ways. Therefore, this deliveries also must be in S ways of deliveries, because like teacher that delivers it in very various ways, right? Sometimes I use squeeze, sometimes I use what I use PowerPoint, sometimes I'll use other means to deliver to you. Okay, use Google Meet. Okay. So that students are easy to understand. Somewhere here also not very the sentence is can be improved, okay, for a B2 level to get a 5. So okay, now do you see any complex sentence here? Bavis, do you see any complex sentence? Got or not? Yes? No? Simi? Which one? Got or not? Got complex sentence here or not? See any? Therefore, students are the generation that will develop their own country, every movement, and is followed by. Okay, do you see the word? Because all the complex sentence, right? You have to have the word like who, when, wow. Okay, if you want the conditional, if. Okay, but here you don't see any. It's just basically it's simple sentence. Of course, it's not, but most of it is a complex. It's a compound sentence. Okay, let's look at the next one. This is by the student called Aileen. Okay, she actually gave teacher quite a long answers, but then is for a teacher who is assessing a form 3, definitely score a 5. But if it's under B2 level, I cannot get the complex, because if I'm the examiner, I think most probably I will be the Can you see the slide? Cannot.
Yes.
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 Okay. Okay, can you read?
Ain.
Yeah, Ain.
There is also a negative angle in the career of being a teacher, that even if given a high salary, but it's not enough as with effort, the work they do, no matter at home or school during the day and night, and some are willing to use their own money to decorate and brighten the school grounds. But in my opinion, the real professions of being a teacher can go beyond formal teaching. Outside the classroom, the teacher will accompany students on fieldwork visits, oversee the study hall, assist in organizing school functions, and act as supervisor for extracurricular activities. While in some education systems, teachers are also responsible for student discipline. This shows also has many roles that are likened to second parents to students.
Right? Can see teacher again now. Travis, can you see teacher?
Yes.
Can you hear teacher?
Can,
Can or not?
can.
Can ah? Cannot. Okay, never mind lah. Alright, so class, we end the class here as it is ready. So, cannot see me already. Can you see me already? Huh? Okay, never mind. So I think we just end the class. So Simi, you can hear teacher or not?
Yes.
Huh? The class can go on already. All of you can see me already. Can or not?
Yes, can.
Yes.
Okay, then we continue. Okay. Alright, if you all can see me, then we continue. Sorry. Okay. Alright, okay. So teacher continue to share the screen. I thought you all cannot see me already, so I just stop sharing screen. Okay. So teacher share again. Alright. Okay. Alright, I thought you all cannot see me. Okay. So alright. Did you manage to read just now?
Huh?
Did you manage to read just now? Because I hear you
Yes,
until there is also a negative only. Did you manage to read finish just now?
I read all of them.
You read all of them. Okay, never mind. We just holding on. Okay, so from here, you're all of the one in the conti with me, Davis and Cindy. Can you tell teacher? Can you see any complex sentence here? Okay, then you highlight to teacher because I need you to identify. If you also do not know which one is a complex sentence, then you won't be able to write one. So which one do you think is a complex sentence? Let's look at the first one. Do you think the first one is a complex sentence? The first one, there is not. That even if given. Okay. So he used the conditional if. And show a contrast. This one, okay? Consider. Okay, it's not enough. As with effort, the work they do, they do no matter at home or school, during the day and night and stuff. But this one really show that attempt, right, to use complex sentence. You see the sentence is super long. Can you see that? You see the sentence is so long. Okay. This is when you are saying, when teachers say use complex sentences, not necessarily the sentence must be very very long, you know. Okay, this one is, I think, can break it into two sentences. Okay. So this one is called attempt. Attempt. You cuba. Okay, attempt. Okay, let's look at the next one. I hope you're still with me. Okay, but in my opinion, the real professional leader can go. This one is using a model book. Can go beyond formal teaching. Okay. Okay. This one also attempt. Outside the classroom, the will accompany students. This is also model work. Can, could, shall, should, will. Accompany students on field works, visit, oversee the study hall. Oversee the study hall. What do you mean by oversee the? I think, is it invigilate? Okay, I do not know what's the meaning of oversee the study hall. Is the meaning there is questionable. Okay, so assist in organizing school functions. Okay, it's not assist, you know, sometimes we are the organizer. Okay, all right, and act as supervisor for, okay, supervise the extracurricular activities. Okay, so while in some education systems, teachers are also responsible for student discipline. See, so far I didn't see a very vivid, very clear, complex sentence. This shows also has many roles. This shows also has many roles. Okay. The sentence, this indicates, this describes that teachers have, and then you say, are likened to second parents to students. When you talk about parents, it will be concerning like loving them, caring them. Yeah. So do you think this one is very, very related? Okay. Yeah, because if you want to talk about parenting, right, it will go more to the field where we need to discipline students. We want the students to behave well. Then it's more like just like what parents are doing. Parents teach their children how to behave, isn't it? Let's go more to the discipline side. Okay. If you want the liken to the second parents to students, that's mean this one he's trying to show, but then it's not really that how to say, um not very accurate. That's what I can say. So if you say like that, right, you may not even get a band 3, you know. Okay, because too many vocabulary not accurate, sentence also not very accurate. For a B2 level, you might only get a 2. Okay, you might only get a 2. All right. Yeah. All right, because it's this one. See, you only may get one. You see one, show a good degree of control of simple grammatical form. Control of grammatical form, we can see that she makes sure there's an S. She makes sure that is subject verb agreement still well controlled, but other one not controlled very well. Okay, this is the range of appropriate vocabulary. Yes, talk about everyday situation. That's why I see. You must make sure you refer to this descriptor. This is by the Cambridge. Okay, that's what teacher will refer to when teacher gave you marks later. All right, let's look at the next one. I don't think so teacher have a lot of time to go through all. Okay, but it's sufficient if teacher let you highlight to you what actually you need to do now. It's not about writing long, and it's not about giving lots of idea. You know, students have the tendency, they think that, teacher, I talk a lot, you know, I give a lot of ideas, you know, I elaborated a lot, you know. But then the thing is, you look at the descriptor, that they want complex sentences. They want to attempt some complex sentences. Did you do it? If you don't do it, even though you give 10 points, it will end up giving you 1 mark or 2 marks. it cannot, maybe you have one friend only given 2 points, but her 2 points, she really elaborated using complex sentence, then she gave good examples. That is sufficient for her to get a 5. uh, it's not about how many ideas you give students, I mean class. That's what teacher want to highlight to you, because when I see my student, this is a form 5 student script. My form 5 student, this one, she wrote very long, but at the end she got a 2 marks. But if you compare to the other one, she actually attempt, it's very short only, but she attempt the complex sentence, and she can even get a 3 or a 4 marks, if she continue to speak like that for the rest of the picture. It's not about how long you speak, class. That's what I want to make clear to you. Not how many points you give to teacher. It's how well you construct your sentences and your usage of vocabulary. Okay, like this one. You see, it's very short. Okay, you see this one. Let's have Simi. Can you read this, teacher?
Yes.
Okay.
People who want to become a paramedic need to be very calm. This because they have to face emergency situations and perform well under pressure. Besides, they definitely must be filled with first aid and medical care knowledge.
Okay, you look at this one. You see this short sentence, people who want to become a paramedic need to be very calm. This one is a complex sentence. It's short, right? But it's a complex sentence because he uses the word who. That's why that day, I do not know whether it's your class. Teacher let you know that you need to use the word who, which, that. Who, which, that. The normal one that you use is already a complex sentence. It's not that long means complex. No. Okay, then this is because they have to face emergency situation and perform well under pressure. So it's like she control her vocabulary as well. Okay, she used the word calm. Most of the student, you can say, don't be panic, also correct. Okay, face emergency and perform well under pressure. And besides, they definitely must be filled with, you see, the word is be filled with. You are a paramedic, you are saving life. You cannot try and error. There's no such chance for you to try and error. Your error means the person died. Okay, so the consequence is very is your one decision determine the person's life or death. Okay, so must be filled with first aid and medical care knowledge. So when you say this, you know what you are saying. You know who is this paramedic. He's not a doctor actually. He's a paramedic. But this one actually still did not really define actually the paramedic. The next student defined it better. Okay, you know something to do with medical. Okay, but it haven't really defined the paramedic. Who is paramedic actually? You look at the next one. So this one attempt complex sentence. Okay, let's go to the next one. By Aileen. Okay, we look at Aineen's answer. Is this one. Okay, let's have Bavis. Bavis, can you read for teacher?
Wow, this is so long.
No, it's not
Paramedics are
long.
the
What's-
Paramedics are the occupations of medical professionals who typically serve in the provision of emergency medical services in an area. In addition, the primary role of paramedics is to provide medical care before the patient is admitted to the hospital, followed by a transition to definitive care if affordable. Most paramedics are responsible for driving an ambulance, but some also play a role in the hospital, such as treating minor injuries to patients, although it is more difficult than expected because it has to be prepared for anything that will happen. But that is a responsibility that must be implemented for the life of the patient.
This one really defined what a paramedic. Of course, because right now it's a text. I believe the student already have some research, and then already can define this in a very nice way. That's why I need you all to read And if you can, when you do whatever work that teacher gave you, it's a chance for you to explore and to get to know actually how to describe a paramedic. You cannot say I do not know. You need to know, okay, because you're already in. You're going to move to form 5 later. Okay. So you see this one. It's a profession. Yeah, it's not all. Okay, must tell you, not all jobs are considered as, not all occupation are professions. All right, they're not all. Okay, they are very specific. They are the one is called professional. All right, professions. Okay, teacher is one of them. Okay, lawyer, yes. Doctor, yes. Okay, so paramedic are the occupations of medical professionals who typically serve. See, he used the word typically. Serve in the provision of emergency. You must have this word. Must be typical, serve emergency. It deal with emergency. Okay, medical services. Yeah, this is the one that's accurate. Okay, so let's look at. He has this one. Okay, you all please spot for the complex sentence. Do you see any complex sentence here? Got or not? Mavis, when you read, did you manage to identify any complex sentence? Okay, you got use
I
if lah.
think
Okay, this one which one? You think which one? It's the complex
the
sentence.
last sentence. The last
The last
sentence.
sentence. The last one. Okay, let's look at the last one. Although it is more difficult, although it's very good. Okay, it's double tick. Okay, if it's used correctly. Although it is more difficult than expected because, okay, use the word because, giving reason, it has to be prepared for anything. Not it lah. It cannot be a thing, right? A paramedic has to be prepared for anything that will happen. But that is the responsible. Okay, the word that. Okay, yes, that is one of the complex sentence usage. That, which, who, when is the responsibility, but it's keep on repeating that must be implemented. This one is implemented. That must be implemented for the life of the patient. Okay, this one is a complex sentence, yes, but it's not very accurate. 70% acceptable. Although it's more difficult than expected because it has to be prepared for anything that will happen, but that is the responsibility that must be implemented for the life of the patient. Okay, so attempt here, but it's not very accurate. That's all I can say. So it will still go back to band 3. Okay. This one you see so long, right? Just now we say so long. You see so long, band 3 only. Band 3 only. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. For driving an ambulance. So I want to let you know it's not about long or short, class. It's not about long or short. It's how well you structure your sentence using complex sentence. If you can say 3 sentences, but all complex sentences, all accurate, then you can get a 5. You know, but of course, people who can do complex sentences, they won't just say 3 sentences lah. Most of the students, if they are at that level to speak complex sentences, they can do more than that. They won't just give you 1 point and then full stop. Okay, most probably they'll give you 2 points with very well elaboration and with complex sentences with examples. Okay, never mind. We are just learning. Okay, this is chapter 2. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, this is about athlete. Okay, let's have I. Can you read?
In my opinion, an athlete is someone with high discipline and perseverance. He definitely needs to be hardworking and determined in order to break records and be a successful athlete. I believe he needs to be passionate and perform well under pressure because when competing things can get really stressful.
Okay, can you Can you identify the complex sentence here? Which one do you think is the complex sentence? Can babies? Second one? Which one? The second sentence. He definitely needs to be hardworking and determined in order to break records and be a successful. I think maybe in order. Okay. In order to break records and be a successful athlete. Okay. Some more. Another one.
Third sentence.
Which would indicate to you that it is a complex sentence? Which word?
Because in the
Because
word because
in
first sentence.
Okay, I think it's the word when.
When?
Okay, yeah, because like who, when you have the word who, have the word which, have the word while, and have the word when, all this, right? It gives you a complex sentence. Okay, teacher will teach more on complex sentence later lah. Okay, so this one, he uses very good vocabulary as well. He used the word perseverance. Perseverance means what? Anyone? You know what's the meaning of perseverance? At the chat box, anybody know what is perseverance? Persevere. What do you mean by persevere? Okay, it's the word that you like to use. Never give up. It means persevere. And then this one, he needs to be hardworking. Okay, and determined. Again, determine also means persevere, but that's why this one is called synonym. Actually, perseverance and determine give the same meaning. All right, determine also means persevere, means don't give up. Okay, that's mean this one is determined to break records. If you want to be athletes, you have to be one that breaks the world records. You have to what? That is the reason why they train, isn't it? Okay, to be a successful athlete. All right, and then must perform well under pressure. Everything is pressure now. Very stressful life. Everything got pressure. Okay, so when competing, things can get really stressful. Also, I can tell you because this one, he has two complex sentences. This one only have three sentences. But out of the three, there are two complex sentences. Okay, just by speaking this, already can get him to a band 3 or a band 4. Okay, because the vocabulary is very accurate. 3 out of 2 sentences is using complex sentences. That's what I want to highlight to you all. All right, class. All right. Any question from Barry's or from Simi? A question or not? You want to ask teacher? Go or not?
No.
No, but now teacher just focusing on your language and grammar. I haven't looked at your pronunciation. I haven't seen your fluency. I haven't looked at all those yet. Because if this part you all can train well, then after that it can move to speaking. Because most of you right now very shy. You see, ask you to read, also you're very shy. Okay, only this always also this few want to volunteer to be teacher's reader. The rest very shy. Okay, I tell you, if you really help teacher, right, it helps you in your speaking later. Okay, you need to be brave to speak. It's okay to make mistake now, not during exam. Okay, teacher want to highlight to you this. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, this is what I mean. Okay, CV, can you read? This is quite small, the words.
Yes.
Can you see, not? You need teacher to enlarge the word. Not yet. Can see, not?
Yes.
Okay, can you read?
To prove a professions as an athlete not only contributes trophies but also glorifies the name of the country. An athlete must have a stamina and mental and physical health. This because athletes spend a lot of time a lot of training rather than rest. In addition to keeping their body healthy, an athlete can also build an ideal body shape as soon as possible. And present a body that will ensure respect and adopt a healthy body.
Okay. All right. This one. Okay. So they have the word who. Okay. Teacher always identify this one. Teacher will have to explore more. Okay. Because the descriptor, teacher just learn it. As I teach you, teacher explore. Okay, what is the criteria? Because this year is the first batch. This will be assessed. So yours is the second batch. I think by then teacher will be better to know how to equip you all for this wiki assessment. So for this one, you see the first sentence, to choose a profession as an athlete who not only contributes, actually I really like this sentence, who not only contributes trophy, but also glories the name of the country. Actually, here can full stop really. Okay, it's good enough if you just speak this sentence. Alright, to choose a profession as an athlete who not only contribute trophies but also going to cannot have to comma. Okay, an athlete must have a healthy body, high stamina. I think this one common. Good mental health and physical health. Okay, good. This sentence is very good. Okay, I like the word contribute trophies and I like the word glories. Do you know what is glories? Okay, in Chinese, what? 荣耀. I see. I tell you the Chinese word. BM, I do not know. BM, what is that? I do not know what is BM. Do you know what is BM in for glories? Maruaka. I'm not sure. Okay, so this one. This is because an athlete spends a lot of time with a lot of training. Yes. All right. Spend a lot of time and training rather than rest. But I think they do make sure that they rest. This is very important for athletes to rest. Okay, or else they strain themselves. They might the tendon or whatever muscle hurt themselves, then they cannot perform well. They really rest. Okay, so in addition, use the cohesive. In addition, to keep the body healthy, an athlete can also build an ideal body shape as well as consistent food care. Okay, all right. So do you consider this one as the uh, complex sentence? In addition to keeping the body healthy, an athlete can also build an ideal body shape as well as consistent food care. Okay. An athlete can also build an ideal body shape as well as consistent food care to keep the body healthy. I think this one is not a complex sentence. Okay, this can prevent any disease that will infect yourself and adopt a healthy lifestyle. Okay, like that. Okay, so there are two complex sentences. Okay, still good enough. This one can give to a tree. Okay, 4 you have to be having a very good vocabulary written not spoken. Okay, can because if it's read contribute trophy and glories maybe. Okay, all right. Any comment from the what today teacher just review to you. There's no game. Okay, I'm not giving any game today. Normally teacher will give you game because this is 1.5 hours class. Okay, now let's have Bevis. Can you read this, the last one?
Yes,
Before
madam. A receptionist must have a friendly and cheerful characters. A receptionist definitely must have incredible communication skills. I suppose a receptionist needs to be someone who is well informed with the company she works with, because she is the first person people inquire for information. Besides, she must be very organized because as a receptionist, she may have other responsibilities to attend to. Therefore, she has to plan her work well.
okay, so Bevis, which one do you think is the complex sentence?
I
Which one?
think because a receptionist is someone who is well informed. The who.
Yes. This one is a complex sentence. I think besides this one is definitely a complex sentence lah. because so there. So besides, she must be very organized because besides she must be very organized because as a receptionist, she may have other responsibility to attend to. I think this one also yes. Okay, because they are double, there's two sentences. Okay, therefore she has to plan her work well. Okay, so actually this one also okay. All right, if you speak like that, it can go to a 3 or a 4 lah, depending on the vocabulary used. Because you can see that it is well controlled. So I suppose a receptionist need to be someone who is well informed with the company she works with because she's the first person people inquire. So she uses the word inquire. This is the accurate word, inquire information. Normally people would say ask. Then you use the word incredible communication. Of course, I tell you, you need to communicate well. If you are those very rude, don't like to talk to people, you cannot be a receptionist. Okay, people will hate you, and the company don't have customer afterwards just because you're rude. Okay, all right. So yeah. Okay, this is the last one, maybe last one. I do not know for me. It's also very long for I mean. Okay, so let's have Simi. I know whose turn? Simi. Simi, can you read?
Yes. Uh, the duty of receptionist is to welcoming guests and help them. Usually they need to check in and check out guests and managing everything about room. Thus, receptionist and this receptionist is the first person who is interact with the guests and sometimes hotel rating depends on them. Receptionists also a customer service officer so they are knowledgeable about the hotel in area. Even though reservation is their own department, receptionists still need to do the job if the person in charge is not around. So they have to familiar and know how to manage it.
Okay, so need I think hyphen a person in charge is not around. Okay, so this one, can you identify any complex sentences? Simi, this
The
is our fourth. Which one? Which word? Which word?
who
Who? Yes. Right. Now you know, right? One of the usage is you try to use this word. You can say like no, Simi, who is my English students. That one should become a complex sentence already. Okay, like say, Simi, who is my English students, always help teacher while I'm giving live lesson. See, should we become a complex sentence already? Okay, so this one is a complex sentence. Any more?
if
Where's the if? I did not. Where's the if?
if
If is it? You say, oh,
person
if the person in charge is not. Okay. All right. So there are two here. Okay. So overall, this one, if I listen, okay, but the grammar, quite a lot of grammar mistakes. So after two, you need to use the base word. Is to welcome guests. You don't welcome one guest. You welcome lots of guests. So make sure you put S and help them. Already you say help them a lot, right? So usually they need to check. Okay, duty of receptionist. Okay, they need to check in and check out. Also, this one actually they are focusing more on the one that which is working in the hotel. If can, you have to define first. Okay, I would like to give example of the receptionist who works in a hotel. Then after you can say usually they need to check in and check out guests. Like that. Then it will be better. If you straight away go to this one, it just means like all the because receptionist you have it in the company, you have it in the even supermarket in the mall. You can see the receptionist there, right? So not just in the hotel, and okay, and managing everything about rooms, and then also one room only. This is a very grammar mistake lah. Thus receptionist is the first person. That's why it's correct. Rating depends on them. I don't think so rating depends on them, I think the company already set the rating already. This receptionist have no such power to say, okay, if you're my friend, I rate you 50 ringgit. After that, this one I rate 300. Cannot. Okay, I think it's quite fixed the price. So it's factual error this one. Customer service, okay lah. Okay, customer service. Suddenly go to customer service. Okay, but still acceptable. If you want to say, they won't say right or wrong lah. Okay, they just wanted to see you speak and see how you explain and see how you structure your sentences. But in Form 5, they still have to see whether you justify or explain your points properly or not. Okay, for this one, definitely it's all focused on hotel. Alright, so if you say like this one, maybe can get a band 3, not 4 or 5, because of the simple grammatical, because it's actually simple grammar mistake, to welcome is a simple grammar mistake. If student cannot master this one, you cannot go to the band 4 or 5, because it's a basic one. If too many, they might even lower it down to band 2, because simple grammatic errors also cannot master. Alright, so teacher want to highlight this one. That's why for your speaking, it's not about how long you speak. It's you need for level B2, for B2 level, because teacher know that all the people is 25%. For your reading, for your writing, I think you all are quite good. For listening, I think you still will do well. Now the one that will determine your A is your speaking. Because speaking is 25%. If you cannot score well in your speaking, it will pull down your grade. Alright? That's why teacher right now, my focus is most of you need to learn how to speak. Teacher have already discovered apps to record your speaking and send to me. Okay, but I hope that you will cooperate with me so that you can really learn to speak and send it to me. Not using handphone and like that. It's really with your face and you record and you send it to me. I have the apps already. Teacher will reveal the apps to you later. Okay? Alright, it's already 1:30. Alright, so today teacher will end the class here. No homework for you. I just hope that for the 4% that still have not sent your work to teacher, please do so. Okay, I think Barry, you're one of it. I hope you have finished. I think you didn't check the latest update. Okay, so please don't play game all the time. Make sure you do your work. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for being with teacher. Thank you, Bevis. Thank you, and thank you, Simi, for being with teacher. Okay, teacher going to end the broadcast now. Wait. All right.